Okay, ladies and gents, we're now ready for the speeches. So without further ado, can I have a very warm welcome for your first speaker of the day. That's the father of the bride.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to formally welcome you to this incredible happy day and this wonderful venue that Georgia and Liam have chosen. I'm John, Jonathan, Jonna, and probably some other names that I'm unaware of, but most importantly, today, I'm Dad to Georgia. It can be a little overwhelming to give your daughter away on these sort of occasions, but knowing that she's going to a good home, to a man who loves her and will take care of her, I'm a very happy man. So what can I say? What words can describe Georgia? Well, beautiful, driven, ambitious, creative, determined, successful, which all go to show how meticulously planned today's wedding has been by Georgia over the last 18 months, with Liam's help, of course. For those of you who know Georgia, you'll know that she's always calm and laid back, apart from when she's hungry, tired, too hot, too cold. And the trick is to recognise those signs and always have a little snack ready to give her in those occasions. So, Liam, you might need those later. I should really apologise to Georgia for getting my organising gene, which in fact I got from my father. So really, Georgia, it's Grandad's fault that we are so organised, or some may call us control freaks.
That's the one.
Georgia's got a freakishly detailed memory. She can remember things from so many years ago when we were young that's completely lost on me. All those trips to Tesco's on a Saturday with Eleanor, what we bought, the sweets they ate. She can remember things when we went on holiday, what we wore, what we ate. It's incredible. So that's going to continue, I'm sure. She also has a sweet gullibility quality. And an example of that, I'll never forget the day when I finally admitted to Georgia that the hazard car warning light on the dashboard was not, in fact, the button for Ella and Georgia's rear ejector seat.
I'll never forget that.
Which I can't believe she actually believed me, and I can't believe how long we went on that went on for.
Yeah.
She was mortified when we told her, and really, really angry, weren't you? Yeah. Liam, although this day formally welcomes you to the family, let's face it, you joined the Gower family at the beginning of 2020, when Georgia very quietly moved you into the Gower household before the pandemic. We spent the next 18 months as a family of 5 in lockdown, during which time you both celebrated quite muted 21st birthdays. But it was at that point Michelle and I realised that if you can spend so much time together in such a confined space in your bedroom, then your future was sealed. Liam and Georgia actually have something in common with Michelle and I. When their eyes first met over the counter of Subway, when Liam constantly asked Georgia if she thought he had beautiful eyes, she didn't like him very much, you can tell why. When Michelle and I first met, she couldn't stand me. That's what we have in common. But luckily for both Liam and I, that changed pretty quickly. Liam entered our lives with the bonus of the beautiful Sophia, and more quite recently, the bundle of fur, which is Waffle, the dog, which Michelle likes to call our grand puppy. Liam and I actually share a passion for Formula One, but Liam, you actually are readdressing a disappointment that I caused at my wedding for both my father and father-in-law, my complete disinterest in association football. So now I can safely discuss with Liam whether McLaren are going to even get anywhere higher in a race, but certainly stay away for Liam's undying love for Chelsea Football Club.
Oh no! Oh no!
Go on, yeah, see that.
But getting seriously for a moment, if Liam can even match the love I have for Georgia, I'd be a very happy man. Marriage takes love, trust and respect. It needs patience and compromise. And if you two are any bit as happy as Michelle and I, we can ask for no more. Stop crying. So, I'd like to raise a toast. If you'd all stand for the toast.
You stay seated. Yeah, you stay seated. No,
You stay seated. You stay. I'd like to wish them a lifetime of happiness to Georgia and Liam. And I'm now going to hand over to Liam.
Well, I don't know how to follow that, but I'm going to try. Okay, so my speech isn't quite as funny as his. Mine's more emotional. Don't know if you realised earlier, but I'm quite an emotional person. So, firstly, I'd like to actually start by honouring the people who actually can't be with us here today. Some people who I and Georgia both hold very dearly to us. Firstly, Michelle's father, Gramps, who I never had the pleasure of meeting. I've heard countless stories about him and what a lasting impression he left on Georgia, Eleanor, and all his other grandchildren. And he was a very, very special man from what I've been told. I know that she's helped shape her into the woman that she is today. She's helped George's mother become a fantastic mother, soon to be grandmother. And no, it's not what you think.
You just said it.
Yeah, it's not right. It's not right.
Everyone's looking.
She's drinking. It's not right. I'm very nervous. And so
read it.
for all of them things, I will be very, very grateful to him.
Just read it.
Just read it.
Sorry. Then there's George's great-grandma, who I was fortunate enough to meet on a few occasions, and although our encounters may have been rather brief, she left a very, very strong impression on me. Her personality was beautiful, and the love that she had for her family was second for none. And I think that has definitely come through in her daughter, her granddaughter, and her great-granddaughters and grandsons as well. And finally, there's someone who I hold dear to my heart, which is my granddad's late partner, Rosie. Now, anyone that knew her knew that she was a very strong, very powerful individual, but she was also a loving mother and woman. Now, them same people also knew that you could never get on her bad side, because trust me, you'd know about it. But she would always put her family first, and most importantly, her dogs. Now, she embodied a lot of the values that I like to think that I have myself. Unfortunately, I was never able to say a proper goodbye to her, so now I would like everyone to raise a glass to her, Gramps, and George's great-grandmother. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Now let's get on to something a little bit less depressing. The thank yous. Firstly, my wonderful parents, Sam and Tricia. Not only for what they've done for us with this wedding, but for the past 24 years of my life. Without the both of them being the amazing role models that they are, I wouldn't be where I am now. Now don't get me wrong, Dad's definitely dragged Mum through most of that, but that's fine. Whether it's learning valuable life lessons from my dad, on like how to wind my mum up, or having my mum make sure I know who's boss, which is definitely her. They've always been there for me to tell me when I'm doing right, most importantly is to tell me when I'm doing wrong. But seriously, I will forever be grateful to them for the life that I have had leading up to this point, and if me and Georgia can have half the marriage that they have had, I will be an unbelievably happy man. So thank you very much to both of you. Now, then there's my new father and mother-in-law, Jonathan and Michelle.
There you go.
This is a good one. No. From the moment I met them, I felt at home, welcomed and comfortable, mostly because I was moved in without their consent. And even though I am from the other side of the river, you know, I'm from the common end of town and they're from the posh end of town, they took me in as one of their own. And this is all despite the fact that the first night that I actually stayed at their home, I had quite confidently boasted about how I am never sick on a night out, about how I know how to handle my drink. And precisely 2.5 hours later, I was being sick at Amy and Lewis's birthday party all up the wall. And then proceeded to spend the rest of the night being sick in George's ensuite. Safe to say, it wasn't quite the first impression I'd hoped for, but there we go. Now, I remember how truly nervous I felt when I asked Jonathan for his blessing. And I can honestly say, for the first time in my life, apart from today, I struggled to get any words out. But thankfully, he knew what was coming. I think, yeah. That, and I think the beads of sweat dripping down my face kind of gave it away. But thank you so much for trusting me to care and love your daughter for the rest of our lives. Without you, we wouldn't be here today. Now, to Michael and Laura. I would like to say a big thank you for all of their help today with the amazing filming and photography, as well as giving me the honour of being a godfather. It's something that I've always treasured and will always value, and I'm very, very grateful for that. I would also like to say thank you to the wonderful Tom as well. You're both amazing at what you do, and I love you all very, very much. Now, then we get on to Theo and Amy. There are a million ways I could have gone with this, but I decided to be nice. Now, Theo, you've been a brother to me for many, many years. We've grown up together. I've grown hair, you've lost hair, then you've regrown hair again. Looking good. Now, we've shared many, many hilarious moments together. And I'm sure there's going to be many more memorable moments to come, most of which I can't say because there are lots of family present. And I'm not going to lie, I look forward to seeing your speech in a few years and seeing how much you sweat and how nervous you get. And Amy, you're amazing. You've always been there for Georgia, whether it's to laugh with her, cry with her, have a drink, or fight with her. And I know you always will be. We love you both so much. We're so grateful for everything that you do. And we couldn't ask for anyone better. Then we have Michael and Vicky, who, mostly Vicky may I add, alongside my mum, has always made sure to keep me in check. Now, she makes me laugh, she makes me smile, she makes me angry, and they're both like family to me. Vicky, everything you've done for us, not just today, with these beautiful flowers, may I add. Everyone needs to recognise that this was her work, and they're stunning. Everything you've done for us as a couple, and for me, growing up, well, I'll always be grateful to you. And to Michael, you've known when to put me in my place, you've known when to make me laugh, and you've known when to take me aside. And the words and the inspiration that you've given me is truly magnificent. We love you both so much.
Yeah, ditto.
You will cry. Now, finally, to my beautiful bride, Mrs. And you have no idea how long I've waited to say this, Mrs. Georgia Ann Charlotte Bowman. My God, does it feel good to say that out loud. And to know that you're actually my wife. Sorry. If I'm honest, I tried to think of what to say and how to say it for days and weeks, and I put it off until Saturday. But there's no words, no actions that can do justice for the love that I have for you and how I feel about you, to be honest. Now, as George's dad briefly mentioned, we first met in Subway. I know, the start of all amazing rom-coms and everything else, and true love stories. And, you know, I proceeded for many days, didn't take that long, trying to tell Georgia, you know, how amazing I was and trying to sell myself. And Georgia finally agreed to go out for a drink with me. And at this point, I was feeling very confident. You know, I thought I had it in the bag. Little did I know when I tried to give her a kiss, she put me well and truly in my place. She made me wait all of 5 minutes on the walk home before she kissed me. But on a serious note, and on a slightly less crude note, seeing you walk down that aisle today, I could never have imagined the feelings that would come over me in that moment. And seeing that gorgeous little girl in front of you was everything I'd ever dreamed of. Sorry, bear with me. I've completely lost where I am. The two of you are everything to me. You make me want to be a better man and father every single day, just so I can make sure you're both proud of me. I want you to know that I will always adore, protect, care, and most importantly, love you as much as humanly possible for the rest of my life. So, a toast to my beautiful bride, my beautiful daughter, beautiful wife, same thing, and all our family and friends that are here to share this glorious day with us today. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Well done, Bob.
Sorry for all the emotional stuff. I'll now hand you over to Amy and Theo. I apologise in advance. Hopefully Amy can keep it in check.
Ready? So I think we can all agree that it's been a wonderful day so far. Liam and Georgie, you should be really proud of the amazing day that you've put together. Not sure how much Liam knew was coming, because I'm sure George has had the overall control there. We're all very lucky to be a part of it. Georgie, you look absolutely stunning, and Liam, you don't scrub up too badly yourself.
For those of you who don't know us, my name is Theo, and this is Amy. But by for today, you have to call me Dragon.
And me, Nighthawk.
No one else gets that.
We've known the happy couple for many years, and when we were asked to deliver a speech, I knew they asked us both, because let's be honest, I can't read or write at the best of times, and I'm struggling with this right now. Well, we did initially think this would be okay. How hard can it be? But how wrong were we? As the day approached quickly, with no speech written, the panic set in, and we really had something sorted, and then the idea came.
So today we thought we'd have a little bit of fun, and we've put together a short game of Mr. and Mrs.
Mr. and Mrs.
for the newlyweds to participate in. So if we could ask the bride and groom to stand together, well, we're going to bring them around here.
Is that a speech? Is that a speech? Where's that come from?
There you go.
Move it to kept to colour scheme. Yeah.
This is the colour scheme, by the way.
Right, you're black. By the way, yes. You're black.
You are black.
Oh, 23 moment. 23, mate. Can't say that.
Cut.
They're black.
Right.
That's all right.
All we have to do is simply ask a few questions, raising these facts. Georgia, don't worry, I know how fussy you can be, so we start with the colour scheme, alright? Green is for Georgia, and black is for you, Bowman. Let's do a little test to get us started. Who is the tallest?
It's a nice and easy one, please.
Nice and easy one, that is.
Warm up.
Right, this should be an easy one. Who is the best dancer?
Right. Who is the most stubborn?
Who said I love you first?
A tricky question.
Do you know the answers to this, or is it just...
No one knows the answers. even myself. It's the first time I'm reading it, actually. Sorry. Who is the better cook? I thought we knew that. Bowman was a chef, and let's be honest, through one time you did go for a bit of a chubby stage. I didn't want to say nothing, but you're looking a lot more trim now. To be honest, I'm quite jealous of Georgia.
Who is grumpier in the morning?
I get crumbs to that when I say good morning.
Does this mean the wedding stuff, or? Well, good morning. Who is the boss? Yeah. I thought that one would come out. You would have been, Georgia.
Who is the better driver?
Georgia was a bit slow for now.
Oh yeah, I'm not good at the other spatial awareness.
Who is the more dramatic one? Throws up very quickly.
Now this could be a tricky one. Who does waffle like the most?
Oh!
Yes.
And lastly, which of would be most likely? So don't really make sense, did it?
I was thinking I was going to bring it down this way.
Amy, I think I need your help.
Which of you would be most
Likely to forget your anniversary. Oh man, there's 2 pages. Right, you can take a seat now. You can keep them if you want. Treasure room. Ooh, you say that for the bedroom. Sorry. I thought it was just a mate. Sorry. That's right in front of me as well.
We're now coming towards the end of our speech, so we'd like to finish by saying, Liam and Georgia, we've had some excellent times over the years, and I know we'll continue to do so in the future. You've been brilliant friends to us.
Theo, you are having.
I actually have written in here to do so.
And it has been a great honour to be here today, and we'd like to personally wish you both every happiness for your future.
Right, I'm just going to go off on here a little bit, and this isn't on here.
Christ's sake.
No, it's nothing bad. We've known Liam and Georgia for a very long time, and they're literally our best mates. Like, they're amazing. But Bowman, we know he can't handle his drink, and like he said on Amy's 18th when he was there, you thought me being a best mate, I would, help him out when he's throwing up. But I thought, there's so many things I can stuff up his bum instead. Why being sick? I don't know why I said that. I'm part of it. And Georgia. I thought, let's be honest, Amy can drink a lot. I thought, yeah, Georgia could be on the same wave level here. But we all know, from when we went to Ollie Murs a few weeks ago, when I was driving, all I hear was, oh no, someone needs to pass me a cup. We've got Amy's sister's cup and Georgia throwing up in the back of the car in Holly's cup. Worst experience. But no, I'm so happy for you both, and you were so lovely together. You were literally my best mate. You were Georgia's best mate. We can't thank you enough. Anyway, I'll stop waffling on.
Go back to work.
Did you see how I said waffling on? See what we got? Anyway. Where was I? Believe it or not, today you have all witnessed a unique event in history. It's probably the first and presumably the last anyone has trusted me to give you a speech. So thanks. Can everyone stand up as well, quick? No, I was just seeing if anyone can listen. You can sit back down. That's all right. I was only joking. That's the first time anyone's actually listened to me. You can sit down. You can sit down. Right, ladies and gentlemen, it gives us immense pleasure and not mention the relief to invite you all to stand with us. You can actually stand this time, it's no joke. Everyone actually stands.
Swear to God.
No, it's no joke. And raise your glasses and a toast to the bride and groom,
The new
Mr. and Mrs. Bowman.
Thank you.
Beautiful couple. And I'll shut the thing down.
We need to take him everywhere.